Good and bright students of literature, the world of human nature, and of course, God of nature. It is multidimensional study of human nature covering social, cultural, religious, historical, etc. and obviously spiritual aspects of human life. Let us begin with the objective of studying literature. If I ask my student, what is the aim of studying literature? As I asked some of my students last year, obviously they answer the completion of course or say securing good marks in examination. But bright students, it is necessary to do away with this misconception. Obviously, this is one of the important reasons. You must gain good marks in examination, course should be completed. But here, the purpose of studying literature is to learn human nature, becoming responsible citizen, and at the same time to cope with society. For instance, we are going to study this first paper, poetry, drama and grammar.
Which class?
And see, you are students of first year literature and studying, you might have literature earlier also, might not have. But I think it is a must to know the background, the importance of this subject, that and see the sustainability of this subject is very important. Whatever you study this year, for instance, Unit A, as you like it, as you are going to study. And when you study the biographical sketch of William Shakespeare, one of the greatest dramatists in the whole world of literature. But see the human nature, some of the good characteristic features, and as his time period, he was born in 1564 and see the till 1616. But this does not suffice. How his life is full of diligence, perseverance, hard work, and he was a versatile personality, persona and personage. He, for instance, as an eminent theatre artist, poet, dramatist, and of course, man of letters. And you learn all these, these good characters features as through some characters. This is one of the examples then we would discuss in much detail. For instance, due character and as you like it. And see the virtues, goodness, righteousness, how he's humble. All this we are learning. So this is not, and see if you get reminded of your say esteemed parents and your great grandfather or mother, they learn by heart all the quotations and everything. And for instance, streets are the uses of adversity, even in adverse circumstances. How this character, he has been so positive. So these are the aspect that we must focus. And see another important aspect of studying here, in my introductory lecture, I must mention that sustainability, whatever you study, you must remember it. It's not that you when I ask my students, say second year and third year, what did you study, they don't even remember the title. And see, remembering content and quotation is too far. So day one, remember, from day one, you must be very particular about the crux of your learning, that whatever you study, sustain. Now the meaning means it should stay longer, an everlasting impact of your real learning. And see, literature, learning language through literature, and through literature, language. So through listening, these are the skills. Through listening, how would you learn the language? So Shakespeare, for instance, is he he is from Elizabethan age, 15th, 16th, 16th century, obviously. And see, the grammar is also different, but it doesn't mean that. You have to learn. I mean, how the way you speak, it reflects your personality. You develop speaking skill, listening skill, reading skill, and writing. So this is, remember that, mind you, literature and language integration between the two, and you must be very, very particular about the point that it is a practical subject. You make practice, and through listening in an exposure, for instance, if you go to some place, you should switch on your mind. How could I speak in English? What is the meaning of that? What are, and you know, try to grasp certain words, and then coping up with that practical life in the foreign, obviously outside the classroom, and in the classroom, and obviously real life. So this is the basic purpose of studying. We are the significance, the importance of language, importance of literature, how, you know, you want to become a good human being through gaining certain different characteristic features of these characters, grasping it. You have to obviously secure good marks in examination through you know, correct English, acceptable English, effective English, and then obviously being a student of literature, ornamental language, that we will discuss in much detail, the images, see the irony, paradox, and all, I mean, figure of speech, we will discuss in much detail. It's just, you know, sort of warming up session, that whatever you grasp, as I have already told you, that is a practical subject. You learn, and then see that, try to grasp certain words. For Shakespeare, I would always use simple present tense, because these immortal figures in the world, they, you know, in the signature, that an everlasting impact of that he is a versatile personality, or he has passion for say these theatrical skills. Now you should think that what are the words, word power is very important. What are the words that I have grasped today? So bright students, you should make certain, say, diary. You can maintain some diary, or whatever, some, try to grasp, oh, this is the word, for instance, passion you have learned, or what is the meaning of versatile, I mean, good qualities, merits, virtues, or, and then every day, I say every day, you must try to write certain sentences. It is not overnight you would start, you know, speaking in English, or you would be so fluent in English. So this is, as I reiterate the importance of, say, integration between the two, language and literature. It is, as in the beginning I told you, that do away with the misconception that we just, you know, store some knowledge in our mind. This is the story, and we just open the book and okay, I mean, this is the way you learn. It is real learning through practical use of it, through everyday practice, and through grasp, to learn by heart. As it is, for instance, unless and until, it is just like swimming, it is just like cycling, it is just like driving. Unless and until you swim, how would you learn? And then another important aspect that I would obviously, you know, continue unit A, that is As You Like It, William Shakespeare's one of the most popular comedy. So, and this is sweets are the uses of adversity. All the world is a stage. So this is just click in your mind and brainstorming, so that you would think over it, the image. Yes.